Human beings are social animals and we cannot live without our family and friends. In fact, they are the reason for all the happiness that we have in our lives. So, let me introduce you to my bundle of joy, my family. So, the first relations that I got through my birth were that of my father and my mother. So, this is me, my father and my mother. And all the other relations in my life I got through these two people. So, first let's talk about all the relations that I got from my mother. Hey, by the way, do you know that all the relations from your mother's side are called maternal relations? Because the word maternal is derived from the Latin word mater, which means mother. So now let's talk about all my maternal relations. So, my mother's father and mother are my maternal grandfather and maternal grandmother. Also, my mother has two siblings, a brother and a sister. My mother's brother is my maternal uncle and my mother's sister is my maternal aunt. My maternal uncle got married and his wife is my aunt. And similarly, my maternal aunt got married and her husband is my uncle. In a few years, my siblings were born, my brother and my sister. Also, my maternal uncle had kids and they are my cousins. And my maternal aunt's kids are also my cousins. So far, we talked about how all these people are related to me. Now, let's talk about reciprocal relations. That is, how I am related to all these people. So, to my grandparents, I am their grandson. Had I been a girl, I would have been their granddaughter. To my uncle and aunt, I am their nephew. Had I been a girl, I would have been their niece. And to all my cousins, I am their cousin. So this was all about my maternal relations. And now let's see all the relations that I got through my father, that is my paternal relations. Here there's nothing new, only the word maternal gets replaced by paternal. Time passed by and all of us grew up, and now it was time to acquire a new set of relations through marriage. So I got married to a girl and she became my spouse, my wife. Hey, by the way, do you know that a spouse is a general word for a wife as well as for a husband? My wife's father, mother, brother and sister are my in-laws. That is, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law. And soon after my marriage, my brother and sister also got married. My brother's wife is my sister-in-law and my sister's husband is my brother-in-law. Post-marriage, we had a son and a daughter. Also, my brother had a son and a daughter and they are my nephew and niece respectively. Also, my sister's son and daughter are my nephew and niece. And the next generation of a family is that of my children's children, and they are my grandchildren. Now, let's bring all these relations together and classify them according to generations. The oldest members of a family, like my maternal grandparents and my paternal grandparents, belong to the same generation, say generation 1. Generation 2 consists of my parents and all my uncles and aunts, and also my father-in-law and my mother-in-law. Generation 3, that is our generation, consists of me, my siblings, my cousins, my spouse and her siblings. The next, generation 4, consists of my children and all my nephews and nieces. And the next generation is that of my grandchildren.